Shane, when Russia's...
And no, I actually want to talk about this.
No, let's get into how absolutely outrageous it is that you as a party have made the insinuation that Chloe is an anti-Semite. Let's talk about that.
We haven't said that.
That's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did.
It's not true. They did.
No, Bomber.
The insinuation is that she's not an anti-Semite.
What we have suggested is that it wasn't helpful. We have people in New
it's not
Zealand.
helpful. 10,000 dead isn't helpful.
Let her finish.
We have people in New Zealand, and I think this is very important, who do not feel safe. And we have a right for everybody of every ethnicity and of every religion to feel safe in New Zealand. Now, in Tamaki, as the MP for Tamaki, that has the largest Jewish New Zealand community in the entire country. And there are people in our community that do not feel safe, especially when people in our country are using pro-Hamas terrorist organisation slogans to stir up and whip up crowds. That has the effect of potentially creating anti-Semitism and creating racial division here on our shores.
So the pull
and
was
I actually
Chloe
think we have a responsibility to pull back on that emotion and acknowledge that this is a very difficult situation. Our hearts break for everybody in Israel and the Palestinian territories who do not feel safe and who are dying. And we also have to ask for those hostages to be returned to Israel.
Absolutely.
But we are not going to, here in New Zealand, have an ability for Palestine and Israel to fix those problems. This is
so we're too small,
much
don't do
bigger
anything.
issue than
Cool.
people
Got
here
it.
in New Zealand can fix.
Then
we actually have a responsibility
if you have a
to have adult conversations
if you
with
have
adult emotions.
No,
There we go. So I've got something very clear to share on this, but Chewy, that might have been the first time we've seen it as an entirety. You are welcome to have a crack, my friend.
They really haven't solved the problem with AIs displaying emotion yet, have they?
I know it's a very strange cadence, isn't it? It's like, and it seems quite. I don't know whether. And look, I'm genuinely not wanting to disparage her. I really am not. I've said this before. Her written work is good. When she writes a piece, it's quite good. Her spoken word, she seems to need to be reaching for the words that she's looking for, or it might just be the natural way she speaks. But it doesn't engender a sense of confidence that she knows what she's talking about.
No, I don't have a lot of criticism for what she said there. I just think it's weak. I think there's a mention of the fact that the Jewish community in her electorate might not feel safe. There's no acknowledgement of the fact that the Palestinian population of her electorate might be feeling some emotions as well.
Yeah.
If you want to both sides it, then fucking do it. But you do it both sides.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong by saying this is a horrifically violent incident. People are suffering and everybody needs to chill out and we need to do something about it. And we need to have a conversation about that without one side going, anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic. Remember the Holocaust? Can't criticize us. It's, Damien Grant could get in the sea. Brooke needs to find a spine somewhere. I don't know, maybe there's one in her spare parts bin.
Maybe I can offer something to that, though. Because this is the thing I wanted to say. And Chewy, you're off Twitter now, so you won't see my tweets today. But she said in that conversation that it's kind of our job not to inflame the situation. And she said, that what's happening with, for example, the chant or the language or whatever is creating racial division on our shores, end quote. Something else that she said in that conversation, she was talking about the chant or the slogan that Chloe Swarbrick said, and I put this on Twitter today. Brooke van Velden said that Chloe Swarbrick shouldn't use words, quote, creating racial division here on our shores. And I asked, has she told David Seymour this? Is she going to suggest that her leader doesn't use words to create racial division in New Zealand? If not, why not? The biggest thing I got out of that was, if you're honestly saying to the public, Brooke van Velden, that we shouldn't be using words to inflame a situation or to cause racial division, what the fuck do you think the whole ACT policy for the last 18 months has been based on? And does that therefore mean that now ACT is going to withdraw and apologise their treaty referendum, for example?